Hello! 6 months after my first drone review, I'm finally back here with my second. And today I have one that I have not seen anyone else review, at least on YouTube. And I have the X58 drone, not to be confused with the similarly named E58. This is different altogether. So some quick information, because I do want to keep this video kind of short. As you can see, the box did not really survive shipping too well. And also on the box you can see it shows 4 different colors. The only color I could find this anywhere was red though. It also comes with this bag full of stuff. You've got 4 prop guards, a little USB charger for the battery, and I think that's it. The battery itself, it claims to be a 1000 milliamp little one cell. I say claims because this is the same size as like the 550 milliamp that came with my X5C. It's the same size as that and other ones in that class. And I have a 1600 milliamp battery that is like 4 times the size of this. I didn't bring it down, I meant to, but I forgot. It's a lot bigger than this, so that's why I say it claims to be 1000 milliamp, but I'm not a battery expert. Maybe it's just small for its size. And the other thing it comes with is this disco light here, which is what interested me in the first place. I don't remember if I've mentioned this before, but as of this recording, I work in a grocery store for like 16 hours a week. I can't really afford to spend money frivolously on like every drone I come across, so I'm only interested in the ones that have interesting gimmicks. And then the drone itself, with its little 1000 milliamp battery. I have not yet tested the flight time or anything, but I assume it's pretty decent. Before we get to the flight, I do want to point out 2 things I've noticed that do annoy me with this drone that I consider cons, though not major ones. The first, the disco light here on the bottom, it slides in to the little battery cover here. The problem with that is it's bigger than this, so in order to get the battery cover open to take the battery out and charge it up and stuff, you do have to take this off, which is kind of annoying as these wires are very small, as you can see next to my finger. The other thing I found annoying is this little connector here, which is what the light connects into. When you first get this, or at least when I first got mine out of the box, this was pushed all the way in, like that. It was pushed all the way in. The thing is, there is no space, as you can tell here, there is no space in between this and this. So the only way you're going to get it to fit is to pull this out. So just keep that in mind. Like I said, not really a major thing. Once you get it, it's no big deal. You just leave it out like that and you're fine. One last thing I completely forgot to mention before I was about to head outside is the controller, which is this little thing. It's light, it's cheap, it's plasticky. As you can see, there's just a sticker there instead of any real screen. It takes 4 AA batteries, and there's really not much to say about it. This is rates, this is 3D flips, I assume. I haven't actually flipped it yet, but I could try that when we go out. Just wanted to run over that quick. Okay, as you can see, we're out here in the dark, although it's still kind of a bit light out. And we're doing this at night because this is a disco drone. The point is to see how well the lights do. I mean, you could buy it just for, regular drone flying, which, given the hassle that it is to take the disco ball on and off to charge the thing up, I wouldn't blame you if you just didn't want to use that at all, but you could probably find something cheaper that works similarly well. So, what I'm going to do, real quick, is turn off the lights. So that way, we can see this thing as good as we can. Now, I think I can just flip up, and there we go. When I was testing this out the other night, the lights were not really all that bright. As you can see, they kind of aren't the brightest now, although this camera is not really doing too well at night, just given the fact that the drone itself is kind of just a blur, a blob. But you can see, if I bring it closer, also, let me move it further away. One thing I forgot, another con I have is that this thing sounds pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, of all the drones I have, this one is probably one of the worst sounding, if not the worst sounding. It just has that really high-pitched, squeaky motors that just bother me. So that's another con. If you care about that sort of things, this is also not the drone for you. So yeah, let's bring it back over here and see how well it does. Like, close up. We look it down at the ground. You can see, well, you can see nothing because, oh, there we go. And it's drifting away. It has no, okay, I'm going to move this away again. Focus, please. You're not focusing. Okay, well, this is not going according to plan at all. So I'm going to bring this back in and land it and hope. I mean, if there's one thing, it does look good when it's like directly on the ground. So that's something. Sorry about having to cut the flight test a little short. It didn't exactly go according to plan. But I think I got the point across that I wanted to make, in that this disco light here, it really isn't all that strong. You get more than 3 or 4 feet above the ground and the lights start to look really dim, which if you don't want to hit people in the head, you're going to want it to get even higher than that. And considering that the only time this would probably be even visible is in complete darkness, the chances of you ever actually flying it around at a party are very low. So my final verdict is, it's a fun drone, it's a neat little gimmick, I like it. I just wish that the lights were stronger so that it was easier to see at higher altitudes. On the ground, obviously, it's fine, but as soon as you get more than a couple feet up, I already said this a few minutes, like 30 seconds ago. So, overall, I'd say for something that's like $35, it's not bad. It's pretty good, actually. It's decent sized, it's not small. Actually, I think it's the exact same dimensions as the X5C, at least from motor to motor, if I remember correctly, or very close to exactly the same. So it's not really a small drone, and for the price you pay, it's pretty decent. Like I said, the big cons, the lights aren't that strong. You have to take this on and off every time you want to take the battery in and out. And the motors sound bad. As far as cons go, it has the high milliamp battery. I have not actually flown this thing to drain it, but you know, I'm sure you'd still get a decent flight time regardless, so there's that to consider. I didn't even try the flips because the video was went out of focus and wouldn't focus again. I didn't even try the rates either. It has no position holding. I forget if I mentioned that or not, so it will drift with the wind. Other than that, there's not really too much to say. It's a fairly simple quadcopter. I guess one other thing I could say is that on it it says drone quadcopter. And I don't know why, I just enjoy drones that just have the word drone written on them. Because most of them, they put the company logo on, but then you get these generic ones that are obviously manufactured by someone, but they don't attach their name to it, or at least as far as I could tell. And it just says drone on it. Yeah, there's really not much else to say about it. I mean, get it if you want it, but overall, there's better stuff out there that's probably a better investment. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.